Hello, everybody. Welcome to E3 2021 from MinnMax. MinnMax is a Patreon about games, friends, and getting better. I am a human named Ben Hansen, and I'm joined by Leo Vader.
Hello, fellow human.
That's right. Suriel Vasquez.
Final Fantasy.
And Kyle Big Suit Hilliard.
BSH, they call me.
There it is, everybody. Welcome. This is the big E3 press conference for Square-Enix. You know, I'm sorry, not the E3 press conference. This is the summer 2021 E3 press conference. Always confusing, the terminology here. Oh, includes a world premiere from Eidos Montreal. It's really interesting that they call that out in the thumbnail itself here.
So wait, hold on. Who's Eidos? That's like the they made the last Tomb Raider, right?
Yes. Yep. And they worked on Thief before that, and Deus Ex, all that fun stuff up there.
They last worked on Marvel's Avengers.
And there was a strong hint about what this leak's going to be, but we will not say it just in case you're coming in blind. But apparently we're also going to get some Babylon's Fall, some Marvel's Avengers, some Life is Strange True Colors. Let's see. Suriel Vasquez.
Potentially that from inspired action game based in the Final Fantasy universe.
That's right. I mean, I definitely have my fingers crossed for that. You think they would tease more announcements if that was for sure going to be here, but maybe they're just trying to distract us with the shiny world premiere from Eidos Montreal thing. But I mean, I'm definitely hoping for a new Final Fantasy 16 trailer, but I'm not going to be disappointed if it's not here, but that would certainly get me excited.
That last one was like surprisingly comprehensive. Like it was pretty big, the last Final Fantasy 16 thing, you know?
Yeah, they could get away, I guess, with just not showing it for a while, I guess, because I'm trying to remember what they said for the release date even for that thing. But we also have, oh my gosh, help me out. What is Project Athia renamed? Oh, Forspoken. But that, since there was just that trailer not too long ago, I don't think we'll see anything about that. So maybe everybody bracing for the Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy lineage games should dial that hype down a little bit, and let's just focus on going all out for Babylon's Fall, which I know a lot of people are excited about. Kyle, do you remember that one?
Yeah. I don't really feel strongly about it either way.
This is a platinum action game.
Yeah.
I don't think in that first trailer they showed off a lot of like combat and stuff, but I think my takeaway was that it didn't have like a hook to it. So I'm very curious to see if they dive deeper and like reveal like what kind of makes it stand out, because I think Platinum's been fairly silent as of late. I don't remember what the last big Platinum game was. Maybe it might have been
Wonderful 101 on Switch.
There was a big remaster. I mean, they were teasing all that stuff last year for their new projects, the new superhero game, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, they had those 4 teases, and I don't think any of them were that big, unless they show off Bayonetta here. That'd be fun, but I can't imagine.
Michael Kimsall in the chat is saying The Quiet Man Part 2, which is a very funny joke. I was thinking about that game the other day, and just what a strange thing that was.
Yeah.
Like, what a weird thing.
I feel like everyone's
Let's get another one of those. I want another weird thing.
You just need to look in the rearview mirror every once in a while and just realize that, God, Square is just an oddity. The games that they release that are just radio silent after they launch. It's really a crazy track record with like Quiet Man. There was Left Behind. What was that Front Mission game? The game set in the Front Mission universe.
Oh gosh.
Left one in, but Balan Wonderworld obviously is another one from this year, even where it's like that wasn't that long ago,
banger.
And it's already just out the door.
My mind would not be blown if there was like Balan Wonderworld DLC. Just like it's like there's a weird level of support for that game that is confusing, but
right.
What about Nier stuff? We saw Nier in Fall Guys, and Nier Replicant is out, and
I mean maybe Nier Replicant DLC.
Maybe there's the mobile game. Like honestly, like what if the Nier Replicant DLC where you can play as the father in Nier?
Oh, like the American release?
Yeah,
that seems like a pretty cool, safe bet. I mean, not safe, but likely if they were to show some sort of Nier DLC.
If they had some big Nier thing that's not a new Nier game proper, I think that would be kind of cool. I'd be into that.
I wonder how that would work, because like the Father Nier model is in the Replicant remake, because
it is.
If there's like a DLC pack where it's just combat trials, when you go into that one, you become the Father character.
Oh,
And they kind of
interesting.
make note of it.
That.
So I wonder if the DLC, I think a DLC where you can just skin your character to be the Father seems likely, but I don't think it would be like transformative or anything. But
yeah, I mean, because it would be re-recording a lot of dialogue, right? To
but they
implement
did
it in the way it was.
From what I understand, like they totally have like a voice actor set up to do that if that's what they're going for. But
interesting.
I mean,
the one
like,
from the 360, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that team has been working on, but it seems like after the remaster, like you have that mobile game, and you probably have that next one, like whatever the next Nier game is.
Yeah,
maybe.
But
too
I
early
don't think
for
we'll
that.
see that here.
I don't think we're there yet, but they've got to be working on a new one. It seems likely.
Yeah, I think we couldn't rule out a new Tomb Raider. There's always that possibility. They'd be ready to tease what's next for that franchise, so it's possible.
Groovy Noodles in the chat is talking about 7 Remake 2. I mean, with the DLC out, like there'll be a reminder that the DLC is out, but I can't imagine we'll see anything new.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like they need to pick a Final Fantasy lane, and I feel like they're gonna fire all their marketing guns on 16 while they can. And I mean, that's the question though. Would they split it? Would they split that even for this Final Fantasy Origin strange game that is rumored to be Souls-like? Probably, but I don't think they'd want to branch it out and try and promote 3 big Final Fantasy games at the same time. So they'll probably sit on part 2, but you never know. It's always a big surprise here.
I think it'll take a tack like the Resident Evil series, where it's 1 remake and then 1 original game, and for this it's just going to be the Final Fantasy VII remake for the next 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You can subscribe to MinnMax's YouTube channel. We'd always appreciate the support. We're here all the time cranking out content. We have bonus episodes of the MinnMax Show podcast. One is going live after this stream, so you can watch us live on YouTube or subscribe to the podcast feed. It's completely free on your favorite podcast app, and listen to those bonus episodes. We have one today, and then we have one Tuesday, and then we're back to our normal rotation again next week, but we'd appreciate the support. Or you can support us over on Patreon at patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's if you want to help fuel this whole thing we got rolling here. If you support us at any tier, you get access to the Discord, which is the Shangri-La on the internet. And then on top of that, on Sunday, June 20th, we have the next round of Trivia Tower, which is our video game trivia competition for members of the community. So if you support us at any tier, get access to the Discord. And then in that Discord is where the video game competition actually happens. And this round is going to be a big one because it's Trivia Tower, the Grand Round, which has a lot of surprises in it. But then also the grand prize is 1,000 human American dollars. So if you want to jump in, support independent games media, and have the chance of winning, if you know your video game knowledge well, winning Trivia Tower, you can jump in there. We'd appreciate the support. Yeah, it should be a wonderful time. We haven't announced our special co-host yet for that episode of Trivia Tower, but it should be a fun one. They are connected to a certain community that a lot of people in the MinnMax community are also big fans of. And then also we'll have maybe another surprise or two, maybe in regards to the visuals of Trivia Towers. So we'll see how all that stuff comes together. Leo Vader?
Hey, man.
How's your E3 going, man?
It's been good so far. I can't say there's anything in here I'm praying for out of this one,
Right.
but I want some surprises. I would love for them to be doing something weird with Tomb Raider or with Avengers.
Yeah.
I was about to say Tomb Raider you'll enjoy, right? Like I'm just trying to think of things I know about Leo that he likes from Square-Enix, and you know.
Tomb Raider was good. Shadow Tomb Raider, underrated.
Yeah, just because you're more focused on the gameplay and stealth than you are about the story, right?
Yes, and also I like the story. People said it was weird, and I liked that it was weird.
What flavor of weird without spoiling anything?
Over the top towards the end, I would say.
Okay. All right. I think in the third entry in the rebooted series here, you got to expect it's going to keep ratcheting it up, so.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain right now. I beat that game. I don't remember the end.
Well, you're a weirdo. It seemed normal to you.
I guess so. But yeah, Tomb Raider, I loved, man. I don't know if they would start over with Tomb Raider again, but like, I feel like we don't give that rebooted franchise, I guess, sub-franchise, like enough credit. Like
Yeah.
that 2013 Tomb Raider is amazing. Like, and then all the gameplay stuff that moved forward. It's so great. It's like we don't talk about it enough and how influential it was. I don't think.
Yeah. And then remember when that studio released Marvel's Avengers last year?
I heard a little about that.
I heard a little bit about it. Yeah, we'll probably see that Black Panther DLC. We'll probably have gameplay for Black Panther here. It's probably going to be a whole big Marvel joint.
Some kind of Loki thing to tie in with the show.
Well, I think like
Bob in my head.
That'd be an interesting idea. Yeah, if there's just kind of like a Loki event or something. Probably not playable because I think a lot of their playable characters have leaked a while ago. But you never know.
Yeah. But there's also that Neo, the World Ends With Thee sequel, which I'm excited about.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I think there were some previews for that recently, right?
Yeah. RP to M.
Thank you, Hog Hug, in the chat.
What did he say, Kyle?
Everyone. It's Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square-Enix Presents.
It's McCree himself.
Today we have a special E3 edition of the show for you, with new game announcements, updates, and exciting news from our studios across the globe. So let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal.
Oh, Jesus.
We hope you enjoy the show.
Very Persona art style.
Yeah. It is all based on their own color scheme, but like the stylistic nature.
I am so proud of you.
So that's Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a birthright is, Peter?
I was Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Oh, it's like a standalone game?
Who knows? They haven't shown the title yet. We don't know.
What's your name?
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No, Rocket. So I let Groot fill out the paperwork.
That's a pretty good Bradley Cooper sound alike.
So we got fined.
We appear to be 6,963 units short. I know, we clearly need a plan.
If you see anything with claws the size of tracks, let me know.
We got this.
They just used this song for that He-Man trailer.
Oh, right. So, maybe this is a question that's high. Does this have anything to do with Marvel Avengers, or is this standalone?
Standalone.
That's exciting, weirdly.
The gameplay looks very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I mean, I assume it's standalone.
We're all professionals here, right?
I mean, the fact we've only seen them playing as
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord makes me think it might be a DLC. A DLC campaign or something.
More no-killing teammates.
That's who.
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together. Fucking great, Quill!
Somewhere, right?
All right.
There you go.
I mean, I would love a standalone Guardians game. If that, I mean, that's what this is, right? Like,
Yes, Kyle, that's what this is.
I don't know.
My name's
It did look
producer
like an Avenger, like a big,
For the past
like
few years, we've had the
undead nightmare
privilege
kind of
to work
expansion.
on
for,
our
like, we're
version
gonna use the same
of
kind of
Marvel's Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy
systems,
and
but we're gonna
reimagine it
give
into
it
a single-player, story-driven,
Don't make fun of me, Hanson. It's a
third-person
reasonable
action-adventure
question.
game. It's our own fresh take on the Guardians. And
Single
something
player.
that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the
interactive.
middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really excited to have all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game from our team behind this project.
Right, let's do this.
I've always loved Marvel's cosmic characters. Growing up as a kid, I read them, enjoyed them, loved them. I had the opportunity to write for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles. I went back with the help of Bill Roseman, the editor, and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think, oh my gosh, how is this team going to survive?
And that became the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, which we loved working on.
I remember the first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design of the characters, how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head, it was a minute. I was like, oh my God, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share, have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration or you're fighting, the Guardians are constantly around you and you never feel alone. While you're the leader, the Guardians will also challenge you and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll make will have lighthearted to hunting repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
Gamora, no killing teammates!
Says who?
It's literally in your contract!
I made no such commitment.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel
rock and roll.
franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right
All right,
about
Smart Marvel chat. Who is that
capturing
person?
What it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination. You're going to see planets and characters that are going to blow your mind.
Interpreting it in its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly fresh and exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
Yeah, I don't know, like they say it's like a kind of their own vision, but it just it does feel like it is largely influenced by
a Guardians game.
Yeah.
What movie?
I love the Spider-Man approach. Just get one playable character, like focus on that, make that one character fun, give them a campaign. I'll play the hell out of that.
I mean, Star-Lord is like the character you choose, but part of me would have wished that there was a little bit more kind of variety, because it just feels like, oh, well, Star-Lord is the one you adapt because it's like the easiest one to map onto a third-person shooter.
But I want to use tree abilities.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you can, right? Like you call in,
Appear to be
him to do tree punches and stuff. But
we intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill. I know. We clearly need a plan.
What about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you
I'm also
first
not
joined
like
us.
as familiar with like the
tell me they
Guardians,
ain't worth
so I don't know if like
nothing.
kind of like this tone of banter is in line with the comics, or if this is just like, well, this is how people recognize them now because they're like in the movies or whatever. So we have to kind of
And take us to the majestic mountains of Cockburn. Guys,
you like the
I
dialogue stuff
think
though.
we should hear out Groot for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters.
Lady Hellbender?
And you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
So, Groot, I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think
Lady Hellbender has superhuman
well,
durability,
I vote for
superhuman
I
strength.
also vote for the creepy little beast.
She has anti-symbiote gauntlet, it looks like.
There we go.
Are you do Wikipedia right now?
Oh, this is just off.
Rocket's definitely scary on the inside.
What, like anti-venom, right? Symbiote? Is that
This is and like obviously I know this is from Venom Annual Volume.
We're not seriously flying into that.
You say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather. Flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one minor adjustment.
I ever mentioned how much I hate rain?
Hellbender's castle isn't even that far. That is not a castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we...
Drax is a tough tone to hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
It's also going to be interesting if this ends up taking off in a way that Avengers didn't, because it is the thing that everyone wanted Avengers to be, which is just give us a single-player game where like these guys are working together.
Right.
That's kind of what I want from Marvel games, honestly. It's just like, give me the Spider-Man game, give me the Guardians game, give me the Captain America game, you know?
Okay, but what about if, like, after you killed Lady Hellbender, you got, like, better guns for Star-Lord that you could equip?
So I have to go into a menu and, like, look at stuff?
Yeah, but it's all cosmetic.
Break the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, is my jacket all right?
At least you got a jacket. Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey,
You know, they have to over-design game characters' backs in video games, right? And it's like, just to have, this is Star-Lord.
It's rare you have the main character's name on the back.
Yeah, how can we let people know this is Star-Lord?
Remember, was it Madura talking about designing Darksiders? He's like, I spent way more time drawing his back for the video game than I've ever spent drawing a back for any character in my comics.
It's even weirder sell, I think, than the Avengers game to have, you know, also off-brand characters. You know, you like the movies, so you want to play the game, but then the fantasy is to experience the camaraderie of these characters that are not really the ones you like.
And they're not distinct enough, right? It's like, kind of looks like the one from the movies, you know, like it almost seems to, they need to go further, you know?
Yeah, I think Guardians specifically suffers from that, because it's like the Guardians of the Galaxy were not iconic characters before those movies.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like something like Spider-Man and the Avengers, where like, okay, these are just like, you know, historical figures in a sense, where it's just like people,
Tons of different interpretations.
Yeah.
I am eager
We're used to seeing someone else be Batman. We're like, yeah, it's just a new Batman. But I'm not used to seeing someone else be Star-Lord. You know, it's like that's cool.
Like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress.
Now, Rocket Raccoon is a different story because he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's right. So this is, I've effectively made that dissociation.
Dead end. That's just
He had a British accent in that game. Yeah.
Do you have a beard braid?
And he didn't. So this is, but I'm okay with it because I know that this is one of many versions of this
over the
game.
chasm so you may activate the bridge. I may activate a hole through your face. Put me down.
You'll be fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, throw him.
No. Very well.
It's okay. He'll land on his feet.
Oh, weird.
Furious.
We already played the Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy game. We don't need another one.
Well, it certainly existed. I don't know if we played.
I thought the first episode.
Fix the bridge.
I've certainly been aware of the Telltale Guardians of the Galaxy game.
I want 10.
Okay, deal.
I really want them to shoot that thing. Okay, no. I thought that was the thing where you had to shoot it to have the bridge.
Thanks for the bridge,
Rocket. Or a raccoon at it.
Pulling that
Wait,
shot again.
hear that?
Guys.
I also feel like they have somewhat limited footage leading up to this, so it just feels like we're watching this exact shot for the third time.
Sure. Yeah, if we saw that, the tail around.
Yeah. The cube throwing drag.
I mean, the cube is such a weird enemy. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
No,
enemies.
I also like that the it looks like his guns work the same way Mass Effect 1 guns do on the overheat system.
Oh, sure.
And then he has cooldowns on his partner characters, right? Like he just told someone to attack, and then nice on Brute to do an attack, right?
Will this game have a skill tree?
Yes. Oh, big time. Yeah.
Guys, huddle up!
Huh.
This reminds me of that movie.
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Is that a giant speaker?
Is that the superpowers that he put headphones on?
Got on his
Kind of had some a little Yakuza energy with this, like a cutscene of him like, I'm gonna do something weird with this weird random object.
Yeah. I hope there's an upgrade for that ability where you can turn it from music into a podcast, so you're just listening to NPR while you're fighting these monsters.
I'm Ira Glass.
Oh, right. The cage.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
Cool.
All right, Rocket. Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter?
What are the odds that there's like one of the like ending stingers for this game is like some Avengers crossover?
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah, no
Nate,
character
why do you
from
doubt it?
another.
Moore's right. We should try
I feel like that's a
selling
slam
They don't really
dunk.
cross over much, you know. They're pretty
I
isolated.
just think that we might need Rocket on the outside for this.
But
one.
Yeah,
maybe
there's
if
no, like-
Post credits, probably not.
I mean,
There's
maybe
no precedent for some sort of Marvel team up or anything.
I mean, maybe if Avengers did
You wanna
better,
make
but
that call,
for
then you
this,
better
I think
not
out of the
mess
gate
this
at least, they want to try and position it as its own thing.
You hang tight.
Or if you like this game enough to
time
beat
comes,
it,
I'll
you
get
should
you.
get Avengers. Could
Yeah.
be their angle.
Yeah.
They just redirect you to the store page for Avengers and say, hey,
Come on,
30%
you know,
off.
What? Why?
To guarantee your safety as a leader.
Oh, come on.
Don't look at me. I ain't pulling that thing. Remember, buddy.
I also feel like
me.
this is maybe just me, but I think with how prominent streams like this one are, I feel like most trailers with this much dialogue in them should have subtitles.
Yes. Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Easy, big guy. So, how long before someone else wants to pull this thing?
Flying whale?
That's awesome.
I'd say closer to 75.
We got this!
Do you think you have to walk that whole way?
Yeah.
You probably stop and fight a couple times.
Boy, yeah, they're really showing a lot.
I want to play it. I'm excited about it.
It seems like it'll be a solid 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah. That's like an attractive thing to do. It's probably not a huge campaign.
And I think they'll probably have some sort of hook where it's like, hey, you can play it on higher difficulties. You gotta come back to missions, and I won't be interested in that, but I'll still be like, well, if you want that, that's there.
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you?
Just very
The
well character.
audacity
Yeah.
that you thought you could rob
From Reboot.
me.
She's the pilot.
Feast upon them!
Look, who doesn't know the pilot of the Best from Go? Okay.
Smart.
Yeah. I mean, she at one point targeted Venom based on his reputation of being a symbiote working in equal partnership with its host. So, what's not to like?
Is that a G.I. Joe thing in the middle there? Is that Cobra Commander?
Oh, the City Lord outfit I've heard so much about.
Okay, now I'm in.
Now
I'm in
we're
for
going
City
to
Lord.
revisit two iconic brands that are being remastered for modern platforms. First up, relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series. And
Oh.
then get one more peek at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
Octopath genre Final Fantasy 6?
It's 1 through 6. I think that'd be cool. I think it's just gonna be like straight ports.
I think so too. We're doing it! Ultimate
Yeah.
2D pixel.
Nice.
It's very big, very specific. Not those iOS versions.
Yeah.
Pixel perfect.
Final Fantasy 2.
Keep going. 4 is next. And then
5, 6,
This one's
7.
6.
All
This
right,
one's
I'm
6.
in. There we go. That's all I
8.
needed.
Oh boy.
Steam and mobile.
Oh, not
No,
console or Switch?
no consoles.
That's
We've
weird.
decided to release a Steam bundle with all those iOS that you like so much.
That's it on Switch. That's so weird. That's got to be an oversight.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually.
It'd be nice to have a good version of 6 out there.
Is the one in the SNES Classic, is that one kind of rough?
No, Super Nintendo Classic one's great.
Is the translation different?
Oh, yeah, I wonder what they'll do about translation. I don't think 6 is too reviled for its localization. Maybe I'm just not as clued in, but 7 I know is pretty
Not a
rough.
Sweeney Bard situation.
Yeah.
Up next, Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world in Marvel's Avengers. The team at Crystal Dynamics
They're
is
still
excited
fighting.
to share
Please
the
help
latest
them.
updates with you,
They're fighting for
including new
relevancy.
mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
After our 45-second break from Marvel stuff.
Avengers, secure that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up.
Weird.
Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
I woke up late.
Beautiful.
Oh, there's some mild spoilers for Avengers.
Shutting you down, Monica.
The world doesn't need Avengers. AIM will save this world. I will save it.
There is no end to these clones. You don't understand what that cube is capable of.
I want a crazy new mode for this. I want a roguelite mode.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Good call.
What about a like a sim mode where you like build up a settlement?
Great.
Also good.
Yeah, I mean, the rogue angle is interesting. I love them now. I'm their biggest fan.
Right.
Where it's like maybe different runs with legends.
What about some sort of mode where you like play as Spider-Man, like they promised a long time ago? That'd be
Oh.
Well, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't think that would fit on Xbox.
Okay.
File size too big.
That would really work.
I applaud your efforts to connect with your roots, but
Tomb Raider?
No,
as
it's
a
still
man
Black Panther.
who has seen 3
Oh,
Black
that makes
Panthers fall, I must warn you of a few things. Many
If
eyes
Lara
follow
Croft
the path
joined the video game
you are about
Avengers,
to
I would
walk
be
down.
so happy.
I'd be into that. That'd be cool.
What about the
Good Fortnite.
Black Mage?
You just wanted to show off your suit.
It is Claw.
No!
Oh, no.
Does this mode have a no spiders mode in it?
Vibranium doesn't belong to you.
All right. Vibranium does not belong to me. It belongs to Wakanda.
There it is! It's
Might
weird.
still be Tomb Raider.
There you go.
No additional cost.
We promise.
Now it's time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Good evening, 426.
Oh, yeah.
Our intelligence reports a new threat to global stability. Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before.
Canned Pork Chop says, is this
Following
Square Enix?
Agent
What the hell?
47's
Yeah, you know, it's,
Yeah, I feel like
You
they
were
added that
selected
Final Fantasy
because
section
your
just to be like,
remarkable
just to let
skills.
people know
Right.
that's the company we are.
Must be perfect. We will strike
go
from the shadows. and they will never know what hit them.
Weird.
Watch the extended trailer.
A sad and beautiful tale
Is this
that
out?
echoes throughout eternity.
Outside of America already?
This?
The first mobile
Yeah.
entry.
What is this? Oh, this is the Nier game? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Reincarnation.
Guess not.
Well, you can pre-register now.
I want to play it. It looks cool.
Going back to Ardra.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, Kyle, you can officially not care about it.
I know. That was my reaction because I was like, all right, we're in the mobile section.
Final Fantasy Brave
I
X
forgot
is...
for a moment. I was like, wait, I thought they just announced a Final Fantasy 1 remaster. What's going on?
Simply tap.
Original. Thank you for 45 gazillion downloads. Thank you.
They're just giving those summons away today.
Ooh. I bet they're going to say available now for this thing.
Ooh.
This is just mobile, right?
Yeah. 2021.
That's
For iOS
now.
and Android.
You can play it right now.
Today, the team at Platinum Games is giving you an exclusive look at the epic world of Babylon's Fall.
That's right. Us Square
featuring fluid
finally got
combat,
this
powerful
exclusive.
weapons, and a unique art style.
Yeah, I will absolutely play for Soldier. I'm looking forward to it in a weird sort of way. We have a code for Android actually, but I don't think we've checked it out yet.
Years, it was meant to be a tower of dreams.
For Android play.
Not for me to shout?
But for
I have to do
thousands
something?
more, it was seen as a tower of ruin. Persevering through fire and ice and the coldest of winds, eventually the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition.
They are into their world building for Babylon's Fall, boy.
That tower's name.
I remember the last trailer for this being very similar, and like, here's the entire timeline of our world.
Yep.
Does the savior of Neo-Babylon stand among us?
Leo, I didn't know you did VO for this game.
Without further ado.
No built there.
I also like that they've turned action game design on its head by saying now you're the one with the glowing weak point.
Hope you didn't like sound effects, because we hate them.
If I'm
Because
to
it's
die,
illegal.
then I'll
Put them in
die
an
for
anime
hope,
trailer.
for what little hope there may be.
Okay, some ranged combat. I feel like they're very inspired by Nearby having the floating weapons around. It's just like, forget it. This is the best way to just convey the fact that you have multiple weapons.
Yeah.
Is this co-op?
Through the veil at last.
It looks
have
like
you?
it. That would be a pretty nice hook, actually, to say that it's co-op. I would play a co-op
We're
Platinum
all
game.
prisoners of our
Have they made one?
subjective
Don't worry,
will.
Kyle.
Competitive one.
It would likely be playable single player as well.
Well, it better be.
Believe only what you see, and you're like to end up seeing only what you believe.
Definitely seems like it's probably going to be more of an RPG, and I think that would be interesting to say. Like, okay, you can spec your character in different ways. I think would be pretty novel for fun.
It's reminding me of that game that Hannibal Buress played with Jeff Keighley.
Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons
Ascend
one?
to the
Yeah,
heaven
there's something about it. It feels
above
like,
the
I think it's like
tower.
spikes on the ground. and stuff like that.
Fall like this one now before you.
Hi,
Here's a
buddy.
pop quiz. Was Babylon's
Now
Fall
begins its
unveiled
tale
before Elden
of
Ring,
both
and have
hope
Babylon's
and
Fall
despair.
fans been waiting longer than Elden Ring fans?
Probably around the same
That's a good
time.
question.
I don't know.
Maybe the same E3?
Developer in review.
プラチナゲームズは本当にアクションという部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、
By attrition, they've become one of the best.
もっと楽しむためにどうしたらいいかって選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニーアオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむ。
Well, this is about Batman.
もちろん一人でも遊べるんですけど、4人で。
Yeah, there you go. Okay. I feel like this is
プレイヤーが途切れない目標に向かってアクション追い求め続けることができると。プレイヤーはストーリーを追いながらダンジョンをクリアして上層を目指していくと。入手する装備や素材を集めて自身を強化してカスタマイズしていくと。
ゲームのスタイルとしては、オーソドックスなハック&スラッシュという形ですね。ただ、
Crimes of Midgard claims to be hack and slash gameplay gone Viking. How do you respond to that?
プレイヤーの背中にギルドコピーというのがかなりキーアイテムとなっています。それによって遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
ハイファンタジー感というかその上品さというところはすごい。
Is the volume okay for everybody in the chat?
意識してくれっていうふうに言われましたね。カートゥーンチックな
Everybody can understand him?
というか、リアルに本当に存在している。
Well, they've got subtitles, so they're all reading one of them.
感じを意識しました。
このゲームは運営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定です。
ようやく皆さんに改めてこういった形で発表できたので、本当に私たちも嬉しく思いますし、まさにこれから開発課長になって精一杯頑張っていただいて、
I think it does. I guess it depends on how much I like it, right? I feel like the problem with live service for me is it implies that like you'll really love it and spend tons of time with this, right? Which is like not a commitment I'm ready to make with every game that comes out.
Now let's check out the next major entry in the popular Life is Strange series, True Colors. The team at Deck 9 is ready to give you a deeper look at Alex Chen's psychic power of empathy. But first, here's a look at the Life is Strange Remastered collection.
Oh yeah.
Feels so weird to be back. After 5 years, you're still Max Caulfield.
And now it's like 5 years from then.
What do you remember about us as kids? I think about us as little pirates, running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
We are awesome!
I wish I spent more time with my friends just jumping in a circle saying, "We are awesome."
Make it a Patreon goal.
Ooh, interesting.
These are identical.
Or take my picture with your new camera. That's
I like that they went for the like True Detective silhouette containing an environment, but it's a deer.
Oh, good, you're here. Rachel saved my life. She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max. Holy shit. Max, what's going on? No! Whoa. I discovered I could reverse time. What the hell is this?
But the downside is she has zero empathy.
Whatever's going on between us is special.
Let's give it all away.
The
power of empathy.
Then I realized I had a choice and the power to change everything. Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster. Time to change time. Whatever happens, I'll always have your back. Always.
Hi, I'm Maya, also known as MXMTune.
Hey.
I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm.
Leo, look harder this time.
This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals.
Oh, they moved
new
her
life
up
into
a
these two
half
beloved
inch.
games. Back in March, we
No,
also revealed
there's
the
a
next
slider that
major
constantly
game in the
comes by the
series,
screen, like
Life
in
is Strange
Luminous,
True
and
Colors. A
your
small-town
time your
supernatural
choices
mystery.
to
Alex
the beat.
Chen must uncover the truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power of empathy to unravel the shocking secrets of Haven Springs. Today, we have a first look at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
gonna be a huge animation of like mystical colors and stuff, and she's just gonna respond with, "I know how you feel."
Alex's
You know, I've
psychic
been there.
power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange: True Colors.
Oh yeah, this
It
guy's voice,
impacts
where everything was out of
every
sync with that
relationship
last
she
trailer
builds
or last
and
reveal.
every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others, the fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too young.
That's a thinking
These
pose.
valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships
Okay,
with the
so she
folk
can
of
read-
Haven
she can
Springs,
read
as well
minds
as sparking
as
new
well as be
dialogue
empathetic?
options and events. As here,
guess.
from a
I
scene
think
very
we'll
early
probably
on in the
develop that.
game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has
seems
uncovered
like
a
it
secret
might as
that
well
Mac
be,
wants to keep
like,
hidden from
telepathy.
his long-term
Right.
girlfriend. And now he is
Specific
terrified
feelings.
that Alex will
Yeah.
reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So please, help me out.
Mac's telling you a whole lot of bullshit.
Listen.
Thanks for telling me the truth, Alex.
Are we still together?
Are you serious? I need to get back to work.
Sure, Alex. We'll get out of your way.
Is Premonitions 2?
When Alex encounters a particularly strong
Yeah, I feel like
aura,
they're playing
she can
fast and
reach
loose with
out
the
to
rules of her
actively
powers
connect with
here.
that person's
Like it's
emotions.
empathy and
And
telepathy
this
and
generates
divination.
a
I don't
nova,
know.
a supernatural flare that transforms the world around Alex into a reflection of that person's psyche.
What?
In this altered, emotionally charged state, Alex can experience fragments of thoughts and memories to get to the root of their issue.
Oh, so this is like
But not every
exploration.
emotional crisis can
It's
be
a little
easily
bit like
dealt
that,
with.
yeah.
Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening amount of power.
He's dead! I wish I were too.
No decision is easy, and the consequences will be felt across the game.
This anger could kill her. What if I could just take it away?
Using Alex's powers the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
This guy's
What would
voice.
that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can, should I?
Why per
How
brain?
far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
One of the options is just like crush your skull.
Alex's
Magic
powers
power.
look so
Oh, I don't mean to do. I
I
could
have
do
no
that, but I
idea
don't
how
mean
I'll make
to do
some
that.
of these choices. But I can't wait to play it with you all when it comes out on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now.
No episodes on this
and
one, right?
if you
Just
choose the
all
Ultimate
Yeah.
Edition,
ones, right?
you'll also
Yeah.
receive the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Sure to say sane.
And that's it for today. Make sure to follow the
Jane.
Life is Strange social channels for more.
I feel too much.
Have they said that the remastered collection has Before the Storm and Life is Strange? Is that the idea?
I don't
think that was
know.
clear from the trailer.
Yeah. It might just be the original.
And now, we are excited to unveil a brand new title from Square-Enix Japan.
Up. Is this
I'm
no?
here to
no.
end chaos. That's my mission.
There we go.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find
Code
you?
tech.
Guess we'll just
Yeah, this is the Final Fantasy origin.
I only know one thing.
I mean,
want
with
to
in these
kill
rumors,
big
is it
swords.
Koei Tecmo?
Well, I think Team Ninja's owned by Koei Tecmo.
It's not a
so they kind of
hope
have
or
to.
a dream.
Okay. I just see that logo and I'm like, oh, dinosaur.
First.
You know,
Move aside.
does not what this looks like.
You're dust.
You sure chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the Shrine of Chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down. Feel the pain!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I feel like if you were to show me this trailer, Dark Souls is not one of my go-to references.
Yeah?
It doesn't look or feel like a Dark Souls.
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Chaos.
It looks a little, I don't know if floaty's the right word, or just like not connecting.
A little bit more like RPG-ish.
We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own warriors of light.
He always wore such splendid armor. With a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland. The right bad guy. No.
Yeah, so Garland's the first game's bad guy.
Stranger of Paradise.
Oh, weird. Stranger of Paradise. That wasn't leaked.
Full duty for Final Fantasy Blood Red.
Okay, hello. That's cool. I want to try it.
I'll leave you with a look at some of the amazing Square-Enix titles you can play now, as well as those to come.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but...
Just like I called it with my bold prediction.
Plate number 7.
Reminder that the DLC is out.
Nailed it.
You played already, Hanson?
I haven't, and I feel horrific about it, but we're doing the deepest dive on Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade Intermission DLC.
Yeah!
There you go.
When's that? Oh, when is that out?
Next month. Oh, July 13th.
But yeah, we're doing the deepest dive on it, and so it's a big community game club, so I was waiting to dive into it until E3's over so I can fully focus on Intermission.
That game is awesome. Forspoken.
It's all or nothing.
What about Endwalker? What did you say about that?
No, of course I will. I'll call you. Thank you for joining us today. Keep an eye out for news about our
Nothing
next
on 16.
Square-Enix Presents.
People bummed.
I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time.
Somebody had their hopes up for a Chrono Trigger on Switch release. Boy, that'd be sweet. I mean, maybe on Tuesday. You never know with Nintendo, but don't get your hopes up. All right, that seemed fine. Longer than I expected for Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, cool that it's single player. I never would have guessed that.
I'm excited for that. I'm curious about this game that we're looking at right now, the Final Fantasy. I've already forgotten its title. Paradise of Strangers or something?
Oh, Stranger of Paradise.
Yeah.
Stranger of Paradise. Okay.
I think Babylon's Fall looks pretty cool from what I saw. I know it's just more of an update on it, but I think what they showed looks pretty interesting.
Yeah. So why did you say this doesn't look like a Souls game to you, Serial?
I don't know. It just feels like there's something about the movement. Maybe they're just like kind of taking the basic structure, but it doesn't feel like they're not really pitching it as like you should be really scared of each individual enemy the way you kind of are in a Dark Souls game. It just feels like maybe they're just taking the fundamental structure, but it's like gonna probably not be like one of those brutally difficult kind of games where you're trying these sections over and over again.
Yeah, but I mean, Neo 2 is so hard. Like the Neo games are so ridiculously hard.
Right.
That you'd imagine that team would bring a little of that energy, but you never know.
But maybe they're like toning it down for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It just feels really active, which is maybe a weird thing to say, where like a lot of From games, you're not pulling off these long combos necessarily. You're kind of like doing back and forth, where this feels like very like active, I'm in your face, very on the offensive,
Yeah. All right.
Like more action focused, yeah.
Right. Well, let us know what you thought about the conference. Rate it 1 to 10 in the chat. We'll see where everybody's at. Obviously
I said Matt Mercer for not getting what I wanted out of it. I think I'm going to take that on Matt Mercer.
Okay. Yeah, well, everybody can do what
Let
they
him
want.
know.
You know? We get some 3 out of 10. We get some 2 out of 10. We get some 5. We get some 3. I think that 4 to 5 range seems about right. Oh, Xavier Perez is at an 8. All right, Clements is at a 7, but
if Origin hadn't leaked, I think this would have probably been a lot more exciting.
For sure, but I don't think anybody would have connected from this footage like, oh, they're making the Souls-like. And so that's probably just people taking that headline and running with it a little bit too much.
It might just be this trailer too, where they're like, we have to show off, it's Tetsuya Nomura, so it's got to look like super flashy. But maybe in practice, the game is a lot slower paced than what they're showing here.
Yeah, it could be. Sweet. All right, looks like around a 5 from big old reviews from people in the chat. Stay tuned. We'll have a bonus episode of the MinnMax Show podcast where we'll be talking about the last 2 days of press conferences from E3, so you can subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast on your favorite podcast app, and that'll be coming up for you later today. Or if you watch us on YouTube, you're welcome to watch us record the episode live at 4 p.m. Central, and then the archive will obviously be there as well. And then we have some recap videos coming from the one, the only, Leo Vader. Yes, Leo?
Yes, Ben.
Great. So look forward to those probably later tonight, Leo, or what are you thinking?
Yep, late as heck tonight.
All right. Are you smiling?
Technically.
All right, there it is, everybody. So thanks for your support. We appreciate it. And you can compete in Trivia Tower and a whole bunch more if you support MinnMax over on Patreon. So we'd love to say hello to you in the Discord. All right, thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you real soon for the MinnMax Show podcast. Bye.